My friends, thank you so very much for watching this video. We are winning the war to save pop culture from the cultural vandals that assail it, but we need your help. Please subscribe to this channel and ring the notification bell, and from time to time check to make sure you haven't been unsubscribed by YouTube without your knowledge. It happens to random subscribers every day. I have also started listing links to all my videos and live streams for free over at patreon.com/doomcock, and you do not have to be a member to view them. They're visible to the public for free. Thanks also to all of you who liked our videos and sent us a tip by clicking the super thanks button, and as always I promise to answer each and every super thanks I receive. Thanks for watching everyone, and now on to the video. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my hidden base at the center of the Earth, and I am here today to discuss some shocking rumors about the plot of Deadpool 3, aka Deadpool and Wolverine, that suggest some very interesting things about the current state of the MCU and how Kevin Feige may be eyeing some escape routes from the deplorable failures of Phase 4 and Phase 5 and a possible reset of the MCU. Folks, everyone knows that the MCU has become the MCU. The star of Echo actually slipped up and referred to it as the MCU, or started to and then caught herself in a recent interview, and therein lies the rub. When you prioritize quotas and DEI BS over solid plots and excellent writing, you get failures like the Marvels, She-Hulk, and Echo. For example, from what my Hollywood spies tell me, Echo was a massive fail for the MCU despite being available on Hulu. A source inside Disney provided my spies with some rumored rating data for Echo, which I present to you now just to illustrate my point, but please bear in mind, I cannot personally confirm these rumors. I am presenting this info as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt, but this is what I was told. In a message on January 20th, my source conveyed to me the following, quote, "Okay, I have all the 411 on Echo and it's bad. Episode 1 at the time of this email is only at 3.6 million views, and the drop on the following episodes is unprecedented. Episode 2 lost 35%, Episode 3 29%, Episode 4 52%, and for the final episode only 19% of the 3.6 million from the first episode finished the series. But the positive thing is, Secret Invasion is no longer the least watched show on Disney+. The trending on this show is dead," unquote. But then, my spy pointed out a vital fact, folks, regarding the tune-out times for Echo. And for those of you who don't know, tune-out time refers to the time at which a viewer turns off or tunes out from the show. Ideally, you want people watching all the way to the end, and Disney tracks all of that on Disney Plus and Hulu, but people who are not enjoying a particular show will bail on it early. And so those tune-out times, or TOTS as they are referred to inside the company, are particularly potent evidence for how a show is performing. If it sucks, you're gonna get some nasty tune-out times. Well, here's the key point that my spy made about the TOTS for Echo, quote, "The TOTS may be the most important thing. TOTS were particularly high across all episodes at an average rate of 35.4 per episode. That is bad," unquote. In other words, during each episode, people were getting bored and or disgusted, and a lot of people were bailing on the show before it ended. Now, why am I talking about this? Other than it's funny as fuck to see yet another MCU show go spiraling down the toilet in a failure of poopy proportions. It points out that Marvel may be running out of time at last and may be reaching the point where they're desperate for an exit strategy and course correction. And that brings us to Deadpool. My friends, in the recently released trailer, it shows Deadpool abducted by the TVA and given some sort of task by the TVA. For those who don't watch Disney Plus and have no idea what the TVA is, meaning the vast majority of the American public, The TVA is a fascist time-travel bureaucracy that keeps the timelines moving in a manner they approve of. When they encounter a divergent timeline, they kill or imprison the person responsible for that objectionable branch and erase that timeline. Well, in the trailer, confronted with this particular task by the TVA, Deadpool replies, "I am the Marvel Messiah. I am Marvel Jesus." And then presumably Deadpool goes off on a mission killing a bunch of people for the TVA. All of that is in the trailer, but that said, my tireless and brilliant Hollywood spies have gotten some potentially shocking rumors from a source about the basic setup for Deadpool and Wolverine and how this setup may serve as Feige's exit ramp from all the horrible mistakes he's made turning the MCU into the MCU, because apparently even Disney can't stomach losing forever, or is at least anticipating a time in the future when they're forced to stop sucking, to stop offering up their IPs for blood sacrifice on the altar of woke. Hard as it is to believe, things are indeed shifting in Hollywood. We are winning the war on woke, not only because of our tireless efforts in calling out this DEI bullshit, but also because reality is a harsh mistress, folks, and even the Walt Disney Company can only deny reality so long before it bites them on the ass, brings them down, and engulfs them. Internally, Disney knows their shit sucks and is failing. They know it, and thus far they keep doing it because Disney is no longer a for-profit company. They are all too willing, as Bob Iger announced in a recent leaked video, to incorporate divisive messaging in their programming if it furthers their political aims. In short, the agenda is everything, and profits take a back seat to spreading queerness at every opportunity. It's plain as the nose on Mickey's face that alienating customers with controversial messaging leads to diminished profits. You don't have to be a business school graduate to see that, but that's exactly what Disney is doing. That's one of the reasons why angry investors like Nelson Peltz are trying to restore corporate sanity to Disney and force them to become a for-profit company again. And with all this pressure, if this source is correct, Disney is starting to look around for exit ramps from the woke highway just in case. Which leads to our new rumors. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to share with you is information provided to my Hollywood spies from a source claiming knowledge of the situation, but since I cannot personally confirm any of this, I am presenting it as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. So a few days ago, I received the following communication from my Hollywood spies. Quote, "We're working as fast as we can to verify as much as we can on this, and a lot of this report seems to verify what we heard a while back about Deadpool. That being said, considering this is only coming from one source at this time, take it with a grain of salt. Here's a quick review of Deadpool rumors. If you recall, last year it was said that Ryan Reynolds, aka Deadpool, had signed a contract worth quite a bit, and this contract was for multiple movies and multiple cameos. At that time, we believed that Deadpool was going to kill some of the unsuccessful characters in Marvel. Well, it seems this was more true than we knew. Warning, possibly spoilers ahead, also confusing as hell. According to our source, the TVA in this universe is the Fox TVA. So let me try and clear this up. The Marvel TVA and the X-Men/Fox Movies TVA are completely separate. The Fox TVA is trying to stop the Marvel TVA, and to do this they employ Deadpool. Why? Because Deadpool has already time traveled, and Deadpool is the reason that the timeline is messed up. The TVA gives Deadpool a choice. Either work for us, or his girlfriend has to die, basically. According to this same source, the plan is to have Deadpool turn up in various ways in shows and movies to take out unpopular characters in the Marvel Universe. We are talking She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and others. We believe there's something to this and would give Disney an easy way out. We are working on getting more info on this, unquote.
This is only one source saying this, but it has the stink of truth to it, Doomcock, at least on the surface. two rival TVAs. That's very interesting. It would explain why Tom from Spooks in Succession is talking to Deadpool in the trailer and not Owen Wilson or any of the other characters from Loki. A Fox MCU TVA and a Disney MCU TVA? Maybe that explains why at one point they're fighting in front of the 20th Century Fox logo. Yes, I find it highly implausible, given that white male taking out, well, green female would certainly go against DEI standards. However, it seems like this source is not saying that She-Hulk and Moon Knight are at risk of getting killed in this movie. Is that correct?
More or less correct, Skull of Calderon, and I agree with you. It would be very, very difficult for me to picture Deadpool taking out She-Hulk. However, it would be a ratings bonanza, so it just depends on how desperate Disney is at this point and how willing they are to start moving away from this woke bullshit. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool can get away with a hell of a lot because he does it in a comedic way. But I think what the source is saying is Ryan Reynolds is signed to a multiple project deal. So the idea is, if a show is going badly like She-Hulk, Echo, Secret Invasion, basically every single MCU show on Disney+, Deadpool may well pop up and just kill the hero of the bombing show. This would boost ratings, use Ryan Reynolds, and get this loser of a show off the books, you see? He can pop in literally at any time, steal the show, staunch the bleeding, and purge the MCU of its many failed projects and characters. In short, moving forward, if they feel the need to use him, Deadpool will be a walking pink slip for losers like She-Hulk. Again, this is just a rumor from one source, but it's highly amusing, and there are intriguing elements to this rumor, and thus I present it to you for you to decide. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha.